I want to hear more Zeke childhood stories. These sound amazing. Zeke, when did you leave Montana?
I left Montana about November. It'll be 6 years in November.
Yeah, pretty recent.
Oh, okay, all right. So you've been there pretty much your whole
I
life.
lived most of my life there. It's just like it's Montana, Wyoming, and North Dakota, somewhat South Dakota, and somewhat Idaho. Like that whole area is like 1 to 2 to sometimes 5 years behind like the fashion and the pop culture and the shit like that, like from every other state in the union and probably most other countries.
Yeah.
It takes forever. Like I was rocking like Reebok pumps in like 2008. I was like, yeah, these just got here, baby.
Dude, that's sick. Holy shit, man. It's funny because living in California, I took this for granted. Like it was like one of those things where you grow up in Los Angeles, and I was like, oh, like I'd hear about this stuff, and then I would meet people like you that were friends of mine that they were from other states or whatever, and they'd be like, oh, like, have you heard of this show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? And I was like, you mean from 1989? And they were watching it in like 1997 or something. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how did you not get this until now?
Yeah.
It's so interesting to hear these perspectives because I completely forget. I'm really bad at that. I should be much better at understanding that there are lots of other different perspectives across the United States.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, like, because I was in Montana during the when internet became the internet, like everything. Because I lived there all my life. Growing up there from 1980 to 1990 to 2000, stuff like that. Once the internet became prevalent everywhere, it became less of a thing. But before that, it was, it was a lot different connecting with people, like on the phone with a phone call, and you had to press like real buttons to fucking call people. And you got your news from the fucking newspaper,
That's true. Yeah.
Shit like that. Yeah. But once the internet took over, like we caught up, like still a little bit country, a little bit behind, but just gained, years on like pop culture and all that kind of shit. It wasn't, we like living in Montana felt like we were getting hand-me-downs of pop culture. It was like, we're done with Ninja Turtles. We're done with Ninja Turtles. You can have it. Like, oh, great. I love it. It's a new toy for us.
Yeah.
And then we go like if you ever traveled somewhere and be like, I brought my Ninja Turtles, and like, I'm a Dragon Ball now, you fucking nerd. Get out of here.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it
does.
I will say if the show Yellowstone is anything to go by, you guys have all the best views in the country though.
Yeah,
some of those shots that Yellowstone has in it are just fucking gorgeous.
I will say this. Being from Montana, and actually I've been quite a few places within the United States. And the only place that beats it as far as like majesticness is Alaska. Like that's the only place I've ever been that is unless you like water. No oceans. No oceans in Montana or around it or anything like that. Yeah. And we have like 2 big lakes and that's about it. But like if you like mountains and forests and wilderness and shit like that, absolutely the most beautiful countryside besides the shit I saw in Alaska.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
I'm super jealous. JP's right. I've never been to Montana or Wyoming or North Dakota, and I've always wanted to go because it just from what I see, just in pictures and stuff like that, looks unbelievable.
Yeah, looks
looks fake. It's great for anything that involves you going outside of your house, which is why I left.
That is true. Yeah, it'd be great to stop by. I don't know if I'd want to stay there for sure.
No, it's one of those things that like, you get like you're a product of where you're raised. So I know how to like I'm proficient in camping. I could probably survive in the wilderness longer than the average person.
Yeah.
But like it's foisted on you because you live there. It's like there's nothing else to do. It's like you've heard of like people like, what do you guys do on Saturday night? It's like we throw cow shit at trains. It's like not quite